Breaking news, oh, my wonderful people. I bet you're gonna hear this information coming from our sister, the Nollywood icon, and also our superstar, Genevieve Naji. She don't join the women that is making impact in this our Biafran struggle with her everlasting approach towards the matter we there for handy. Okay, we're gonna hear waiting our sister talk before I go talk saying a propaganda. This message is coming from a reliable source. He says, and I quote, Genevieve Naji, he said, Biafra and the cost of speaking in Nigeria. That is, it is very cost to speak in Nigeria once you are not from the area they considered the owners of the so-called country, or rather of the contraption they call a country. Okay, let us read what she said here. I will not like to take much of your time. I will just read the comment, or rather the article, and then we come back here for more discussion. Please circulate this message. Just let the whole world knows that Genevieve Naji have joined the likes of Ngozi Orabweze, the likes of Obie Ezekwesili, the likes of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I mean, the women of substance we have in that Biafra land, she have joined that league. In fact, maybe they want to have their own board of peace in Biafra territory. So, kudos to you, my sister, and also our Nollywood icon and superstar Genevieve Naji. Okay, a statement attributed to Nollywood icon Genevieve Naji. I am not afraid of losing my Nollywood career, according to her, and I will continue to speak up for Biafrans. Igbos can never be great under Nigeria, has ignited an old and uncomfortable national conversation. Okay, so as it stands now, Genevieve said she is ready to give up her acting career. I beg, where the career day? But anyway, that's by the way. After all, nobody is old in acting. Acting is not meant for only young people. Even at old age, you can still do your things. So she said she is ready to give up her acting career in Nollywood industry. If speaking up for Biafrans will cause her that she don't mind. Okay, let's see exactly what she said. Whether spoken directly or circulating as a reported claim, the message itself reflects a sentiment that many Igbo people quietly hold, but few public figures dare to express openly because of the consequences. Okay, let me just pause here and make this comment. There's something this guy they call a very dark man, a very dark black man. There's something he says. He said that they were warned never to talk about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That if you talk again about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are going to charge you for treasonable felony. That is a treasonable felony to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He made it clear that day that the so-called Obi Kubana, that idiotic human being, is truncating and singing on your man. They will stand with a boy that is old enough to become his son, say Itunumbu. Okay, let us continue. So, Nigeria is a country where unity is often preached, but equality is inconsistently practiced. For decades, the Igbo nation has raised concerns about political marginalization, economic exclusion, and uneven federal appointments, and the unresolved trauma of the Biafra War. These grievances did not disappear with slogans of no victor, no vanquished. They simply went underground. What makes this statement explosive is not just the mention of Biafra, but the willingness to accept personal consequences. Nollywood is not politically neutral ground. It is deeply tied to state patronage, public sentiment, and informal power structures. For a figure as globally respected as Genevieve Naji to be linked with such a declaration, career or no career, signals a shift from cautious silence to open defiance. Critics will argue that statements like this threaten national unity. Supporters will counter that unity without justice is propaganda. The truth is uncomfortable. Nigeria has not convincingly answered the question of whether all its ethnic nationalities can truly thrive within its current structure. When people say Nigeria must remain one, they often skip the harder follow-up on what terms. The Biafran question persists because the conditions that birthed it were never fully resolved. Military suppression may silence movements, but it does not erase memory. Identity or inherited frustration each new generation of Igbos revisits the same conclusion. Political loyalty has not translated into collective progress. Public figures who speak on this issue are quickly branded extremists or enemies of the state. Yet, silence has not delivered dignity either. If the statement attributed to Genevieve Naji represents a growing readiness among influential Igbos to speak without fear, then Nigeria is entering a phase it can no longer manage with intimidation or denial. The real issue is not whether a celebrity supports Biafra. The real issue is why the idea refuses to die. Until Nigeria confronts structural inequality honestly, not rhetorically, voices like this will come to rise, careers will be risked, and the fault lines will deepen. Suppressing the conversation has never solved the problem. It has only postponed it. History shows that nations are not broken by difficult conversations. They are broken by refusing to have them. There's no anybody that have called for any any roundtable discussion over this matter because they feel Nigeria belongs to them and we, the Igbos, cannot do anything. But I can tell you for free of charge, it is a gradual process. All I can tell you is just a matter of time and everything will fall into places. Believe it or leave it, I don't care about your belief. But the truth remains that Biafra is here to stay. This is an ideology that can never be quenched, silenced, or killed easily. No. Unless you do the right thing, that is when the right result will come. But if you refuse to do the right thing, my brother will keep on making the mistakes over and over and over again. This generation might be so cool or so calm about this agitation of 18, my brother. The next generation, you might not find it funny. You might not find it funny. Ojukwu tried his own with his own way. Wazirike tried with his own way. Philip Effiong and the rest of others, they tried on their own way. Nnamdi Kanu also did his own way. Simon Ekpa's modus operandi can never be compared with that of Ojukwu, that of Wazirike, that of Philip Effiong, that of Nnamdi Kanu. So Ngozi Odabeze's modus operandi can also not be compared with all these guys. But what happens if a more high-tempered person show as the the leader of this Biafra movement? What do you think that will happen? Amutu Aboka, I swear to God. Now I speak. If you understand, you understand. Let me just put it at that. Okay, let us dissect the comment section because reading without no comments. You could just be like say we dey play. Ugochukwu carry and said, in addition, before Nigeria will be like China, where train pass through residential buildings of a very high level, not only by God's grace. Okay, I keep on saying this. A country with different ideology, language, ethnicity, religion, and culture can never work for progress. No, there's no any way. Because an Igbo man will never come and spoil the government of an Igbo man. A Yoruba man will never spoil the government of a Yoruba man. An Hausa man can never spoil a government of an Hausa man. So tell me, how will they manage their differences? The only solution there is to dissolve, or rather disintegration will solve the whole matter. Okay, let me continue reading. Say, could you imagine some people call themselves Boko Haram, meaning Western and civilization is evil? Tell me, how on earth will Nigeria progress with this ideology of Boko Haram? The main reason why we need Biafra is because we are children of light. We love development. We love civilization. We love competition. We love growth and increase. We love growth and increase. We want to compete with United States of America and China. Oh, my lovely Biafra, when shall you come? Jeremiah Osman Guduje said, not only her and Biafra, we in the middle belt conquer and yearning same too. We can't fully exploit our potentials under this current arrangement. Okay? But be neutral self from that our autonomous community in Mbise. We all want Biafra by all means. We don't joke with it. And we can never joke with it. People are tired. Vicky Eugene said she spoke her mind, which is truth. She cannot deny her root because of career. Some Obinna unity without justice is propaganda. Okeke Collins, truth remains that even the potential greatness of Nigeria is tied to the Igbo. Nigeria knows this. Hence, once mentioned, all their foot soldiers crawl out of their sock-away pitch to attack. No one with Igbo blood who doesn't know their potentials are grossly limited within the confines of a failed nation, or rather a failed union. A union that is united against anything Igbo. Genevieve, like any Igbo, should owe no one any apology for stating the obvious and also making the fact known to the general public. Judu Ochoba, what I don't really understand is that Nigerians are fighting seriously not to lose the Igbos, which they hate so much. Why? You hate someone and yet you want the person to remain your friend. It is not done. That is a witchcraft. Esther Odemma said, well voiced, my darling sister. My heart bleeds when I look at those occupying political power and the divisions of Nigeria, democracy, unity and judicial body and implementations. The worst part is that they rub the injustice on our faces daily and globally without remorse or conscience. We are one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria echoes when external bodies interfere, pointing out the injustices. Referendum, I believe, is the only solution that will solve this matter. One baby Francis said, Igbo man cannot be president, no, vice president, but can be allowed to be a Muslim. A Muslim edition, a cleric, imam. Ike Chukwu said, Nnamdi Kanu or nothing. Isiaka Adebayo, much as I understand your pain, the problem highlighted was caused by Nnamdi Azikiwe when he vehemently opposed the succession clause advocated for by Obafemi Awolowo and was later criminalized as a reasonable offense or treasonable offense. These acts were done when the going was good, but later Odumegwu saw the plans of the North and tried to change the narrative. But we already emboldened the North against ourselves. Going back to the federalism is our best bet before determining if we should unbuckle or not. My brother, this your long epistle makes no sense. Michael Okonkwo replied to him, that's a valid angle to it, comrade. Uchenna Uchechukwu will reply to Isiaka Adebayo, you are a beast and will remain a fool. I will introduce this rubbish via carpet crossing and Ibadan circle or friends. If you don't know the history, keep short, you bigotry. Before Nigeria was, do it if you know how to do it. No one asks you your tribe. Okay, moving forward. And Prince said, Isiaka Adebayo, wicked tribe. You people's minds are as black as charcoal. No matter what happened during and after the Biafra war, are they still supposed to be used against both them and the next 3 to 6 generations of Igbo? Remember, Igbos are still God's creature. Whatever you do to them, God himself will fight for them by rejecting you, people too. That is the law of karma. Ekelemma said that the federalism must be absolute since those at the center are too greedy and selfish. And the way too evil to continue to divide us along religious and ethnic lines. The only way to move forward becomes self-determination. Our institutions are dead already, and one Nigeria only favors the pockets of the elites. If we cannot see that, then we are in denial. I favor Biafra any day, anytime. Nigeria is already a failed state. It is only a little while we still drown in full-blown anarchy. The average Nigerian provides his own basic infrastructure. What exactly is the value of federal government to the average Nigerian besides being a cog in the well of our progress? My people, I know they did it again. In fact, I'm tired. Have a nice day and may the good Lord continue to bless you. Please share this message, let it go viral. And make sure you follow us on all our social media handles.